There's Thierry Arde lounging in the employee area with his favorite brand of brand drinks. Anyways, hello and welcome back everyone to Let's Play XCOM Enemy Within. Okay, let me think here. Last time we just had a few basic UFO missions, if I remember correctly. But the main thing was, if we head over to research, is that we could finally begin mass interrogations and autopsies because we got South America under control and satellite covered, which gives us the ability to instantly complete these type of research projects due to their special ability. But before going straight into that, I got a few other things taken care of off screen. I've got another satellite under construction. I've got another Shiv under construction. 2 more soldiers are hired and will be coming into XCOM soon. I ordered interceptors for South America, the North and South America, along with Europe, and I got improved pistol and scope upgrades for the Foundry. That'll all be completed soon, but the genetics lab is actually going to be completed within a day, so we got a lot to get covered in a short amount of time. Right, so let's go ahead and change research project. This won't, if I'm correct. Actually, let me just in case, because this game likes to screw me over in any way possible. Alright then. Now, we're going to change the research project, but that shouldn't undo our progress with Carapace armor. Right, first off, we're going to autopsy a sectoid.
We've made a number of interesting discoveries based on the autopsy results of the alien specimen you brought back. The research team is now referring to this particular variation as a sectoid, based on the unusual structure of its internal organs, which we believe to be the product of genetic manipulation. As we've seen in the field, this species also seems to harbor some sort of telepathic ability.
And uplink targeting. That's disappointing. I'll get into that, but those aren't very useful in my experience. Alright, uplink targeting. Basically, we can create this and give our interceptors a boost in aim during conflict. But now let's interrogate one of the little buggers. Got any news?
So, how'd it go, Doctor?
Better than expected. Before the creature expired, I was able to extract some new information from it.
You're saying that thing spoke to you?
Not precisely, but when you have access to a creature's brain, certain patterns can be discerned, recent images and thoughts.
And what exactly was our late friend thinking about?
This particular image appeared in the creature's thought patterns several times throughout the procedure.
We've already met that thing, Doctor. This is hardly the kind of breakthrough we were...
And there was a neural link in the creature's mind between this image and this one.
That's the thing that pulled a disappearing act when we shot down our first UFO. And let me guess, you want to poke around in its head too.
It is the next piece of the puzzle. And this time, instead of shooting it, I suggest we try to capture it alive.
That actually makes me laugh because we did a bit of a sequence breaking because we weren't supposed to know to capture one of those types of aliens, and yes, beam weapons research credit. That is the main reason you want to do these interrogations, especially with the second wave we've got on, which makes the game longer. That makes research priorities go much faster, like right there, beam weapons, much faster, and Okay, there's Interrogate Thin Man. It was just moved down the list because it's no longer a priority. Right. Speaking of Thin Man, we'll go ahead with the autopsy.
The Tall One has, up until this point, been unofficially referred to as the Thin Man. Initial testing has revealed a concerted effort by the aliens to modify this specimen's genetic structure in such a way as to make it appear human. However, on closer inspection, they seem to have had some trouble concealing the eyes, which appear to be reptilian in nature.
And we get a lot of stuff from the Thin Man autopsy. We get an improved medkit project to the Foundry, muscle fiber density in the gene lab, and a gas grenade. And gas grenade is kind of useless. Muscle fiber... Apparently a bit of Thin Man got in my mouth. Muscle fiber density is pretty useful, and improved medkit is intensely useful. Right, and I'll just skim through this, so if you want to see that, you can pause it. Right, and fun fact, in the original XCOM from the 1990s, there was this creature called a Snakeman, and the Thin Man's kind of its successor for this game, because it can actually poison people, which the Snakeman was said to it could do, but never actually did in that game. Right, but enough about that. Let's torture a... Shoot, I can't remember. A Sid Meier lookalike. There we go.
Get up! Come on, get down with the sickness. Madness is the gift that has been given to me.
And a UFO technology research credit. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Thin Man. Right, now then, let's see what to start next. More autopsies. Seekers.
Despite its physical appearance, this machine doesn't seem to be made up of any organic components. Its surface has an unusual metallic composition that somehow interacts with the vapors it releases for concealment.
And respirator implant, ghost grenade, and mimetic skin. I might try a bit of those because I never really used those in any of my previous runs. Skim through that so you can read it if you want. And respirator implant, ghost grenade, and mimetic skin. Right, now then, let's keep going because we've got a lot of this to do.
Although I'm sure you can make the connection yourself, we've designated this particular specimen as a floater. The research team is continuing in its efforts to determine how the aliens prevented the organic tissue from rejecting the mechanical components, as they seem to work in perfect harmony with one another.
We already know how they did that. The meld. Right, and defense matrix useless. Also, something that's much more useful than these matrix stuff is that now you'll be able to analyze the aliens in combat and know their abilities. I'll show that off next time we're in a fight. And let's go with the chrysalid.
Based on what we've seen in the field so far, including several grotesque examples of trauma resulting from the emergence of its young, we've taken to calling this specimen a chrysalid.
Alright, that one was quick. And chiding plating, needle grenade, and bioelectric skin available. And skim through that so you can read it if you want. Really should do that more often. Codename Ridley. Right, and that's very useful. It's basically a super version of nanofiber vests. Don't really use that. That's pretty cool. Okay, now one more thing and then we can start up another research project.
This is the most physically aggressive specimen we've discovered so far, which the troops fondly refer to as the Muton. I can only assume there's a colorful backstory for such a designation.
Okay, and available in Gene Lab. Ammo conservation. Okay, and right now we've only fought this thing once during our trip to China when we recruited Zhang. And this is an alien we are probably going to be encountering much later on. These are terrifying. I'm just going to say that right out. So we're going to want these Foundry projects out as soon as possible because we're going to need them for that. And we're also going to need this carapace armor. So let's continue research for that since it'll be done soon. And let's get the genetics lab up and running. Excellent! And Iggy and Nuffkins have returned to active duty. Excellent. Now then, we're going to want to head over to research, I believe is where it is.
Commander, the genetics lab is now prepped and fully staffed. We can begin genetic modification of our soldiers on your order.
Gotcha.
This facility will be the nerve center of our genetic modification program. Our soldiers will receive entirely new capabilities, making them more effective on the battlefield than ever before. As we improve our understanding of alien genetics, the range of available modifications will expand. Commander, the genetics lab is now prepped and fully staffed. We can begin genetic modification of our soldiers on your order.
Thank you for telling me shit you already told me. Right. Let's begin. Tyria Arde will be the first one to head into the tubes. So, let's see. Depth perception. Okay. Hyperreactive pupils. Plus 10 after any misses. Bioelectric skin. Let's see. Muscle fiber density or adaptive bone memory. Actually, hold up. I'm gonna need more money to get these done with.
The meld substance has been enormously valuable in advancing our theories on genetic modification. So far, we've been limited to the augmentation of existing human organs. With the latest autopsy results, we now have the option of incorporating alien physiology into our genetic enhancement programs. It may be asking too much of our soldiers. They will be even more capable on the battlefield.
Dr. Valen's interrogation technique certainly is efficient. You'd never know it by looking at her, but that woman is an alien's worst nightmare.
Yeah, fun fact. No alien goes into her interrogations and survives. Ever. Okay, let's go ahead and visit the Gene Lab again. And Tyria Arde, you're going in. You're the first one in the chamber. And, alright. Now, in order to do every genetic augmentation, you're going to need a specific amount of credits and meld. Depending on the augmentation. Mimetic Skim's the most expensive, I believe, and I don't know how useful it is because I've never used it before. But we're going to go with Bioelectric Skin because I know how good it is. And... muscle fiber density. There we go. Increased jump height. Ability to sense enemies and immunity to strangulation, and increase aim after any miss. Now, he's going to be in the tube for 9 days for these 3 mods. It's 3 days per every gene mod. So let's confirm gene implants. And wait, how much is that going to be? 25, 40, 45. Okay, confirm gene implants. Oh, it'll tell me afterwards. Okay, accept.
I'll have the selected volunteer sent to surgical prep immediately. Once the genetic modification is complete, I will notify you directly.
Thank you. Now then, I'll also pop Kelly in there as well. Hyperreactive pupils and muscle fiber density only. Confirm gene implants. Yes.
Excellent. We'll begin prepping the candidate for surgery immediately. I will notify you when the genetic modification process is completed.
Okay. And let's see, we'll pop Krauser in there as well. Adrenaline neurosympathy and shoot. I need more money! Okay, then that's taken care of. Alright, now Krauser, we are going to give you reactive pupils and the adaptive bone marrow. And confirm the gene implants.
Thank you, Commander. I'll have the volunteer prepped and ready for surgery shortly. I'll send word when the procedure is complete.
Alright, so that'll we'll get our first gene mods out in 6 days. Alright, mission control. And scan for activity. Satellite complete.
Our satellite is prepped and standing by for launch. We are ready to deploy it on your order.
We'll hold off to that. New soldiers in XCOM. And shift completed. Excellent. Alright. Scan for activity some more. Scope upgrade. Carry on. Satellite over Brazil.
Satellite coverage now.
Alien abductions.
Brazil.
Knew that was going to be coming up.
Commander, we have multiple reports of new abductions in progress. The locations are marked on the hologlobe.
Brazil. The abduction missions aren't supposed to be occurring over in, shoot. Alright, I gotta check the situation room. Alright, we're kind of screwed in general. I think Brazil will be fine, but the Asia territories won't be, so we're gonna head over to China. China. Excellent. Alright, now to set up my units. Well, crap, I didn't mean to actually press that button, but looks like we're ready.
Strike one. Prepare for landing.
Yeah, sure. We're fine. Let's go.